Alrighty, welcome back to Mildly Infuriating. Let's jump right in with number 19. Wait, didn't it usually obscure what number it was on the subreddit? Did they make it less mildly infuriating on the Mildly Infuriating subreddit? Huh, that's so off-brand for them. Then why did you only give it 1 star? Love the staff, great food, great speed, and great energy. 1 star. I mean, geez, I can only imagine the standards necessary for this person to give it 5 stars. I'm assuming a misclick here, but I've definitely seen this in my daily life before in a review of a restaurant. It'll be like, this is such incredibly good food, loved it, amazing, 3 stars. I'm like, but yeah, wow, you must have really high standards. Maybe you're grading on is this a Michelin 3-star? So that's why you gave it 3 stars? Something like that. You just got a little bit confused. I don't know. I have a mess up with my computer where my cursor freezes for a second. And so I can be moving it around. I'll click and then it's not where I think it's going to be. So maybe that's what happened there. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. The YouTube app in dark mode greets you with this screen. So you get blinded in the middle of the night. I don't know, I've never been big on the whole dark mode thing. Maybe it's because I'm so used to the studio softbox light shining in my face all the time, and so I'm really used to just bright things, and I don't often work in the dark, and usually when I turn off the lights and go to bed, I'm going to bed. I'm not browsing my phone for an extended period of time, so I don't have to worry about getting blinded. But I see, this is pretty blinding for you, probably. They should make it a little bit darker. I get it. The way they cut the carpet to make this door open instead of just cutting the floor. Oh boy, well, that's a little bit ugly. Oh, instead of cutting the door, I said instead of cutting the floor. That wouldn't make much sense, would it? Yeah, that's one way to solve it. Feels like instead, you could have just taken the door off and trimmed a bit off the bottom, would have looked a little bit nicer rather than having, that's how an old person breaks their hip. Really kind of dangerous. I hope that your grandma or grandpa never comes over because they're just gonna snag their foot on that and go down for the count. That's so dangerous. I would do that. An older person, forget about it. It's a hazard, dude. Good morning, last day of 2018. Oh my God, that's exactly what happened to me when I was at university freshman year. It's the only year I really went to university. In the cafeteria, and if someone else hadn't seen it, nobody would have believed me. I've said this thing before, but just in case, I will recap because it's so applicable here. I was sitting, I was eating, my glass is just chilling on the table, and all of a sudden the liquid just pours out, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? Is there a ghost? And it was that right around the bottom, it cracked open. And all the liquid escaped, and I just picked up the thing, and it was separated from the bottom of the glass. And someone else at another table across just saw it, was just as mystified as I was, and I swear nobody would have believed me if there wasn't another witness. But I believe you, okay? This has happened to me. I feel your pain. I don't know how it happens scientifically, but it's wild. Some leftover chocolate from Christmas. Wait, really? The boot is a complete additive, unnecessary. It doesn't contribute anything. It's not storage for the chocolate. This is actually extremely infuriating, but also better because less calories. But also extremely infuriating because I'm expecting a certain amount of chocolates, and it's just now I just have to throw out the boot. It serves no purpose. Why does it exist? People who abandon their unwanted groceries in the freezer, causing them to explode and become unsellable. Do people really do this? I picked this up 5 minutes ago. You know what? I've changed my mind. I don't need this hot sauce anymore. I don't need these 2 brands of hot sauces. I just thought that, I was on the hot sauce aisle. I couldn't come up with which hot sauce I wanted. So I just figured I'd take 3 of them. And then later on, somewhere else in the store, I'll finally make my decision. But I'll have all the hot sauces on hand, so I won't have to return to the hot sauce aisle. It's genius. And then I'll just abandon the other 2 that I end up not wanting in the freezer once I choose the Cholula, because Cholula is the best. So they kept the Cholula, good choice, but then they're just I'll leave this stuff in the freezer. Someone else will take care of it. Someone else will come by and clean up after me because I'm better than everybody else and my time is more valuable. And I shouldn't have to clean up after myself because I'm kind of the best and kind of superior to everyone, and god dang it. Really? People do that? Why do they do that? Why do you just leave your thing elsewhere in the grocery store? In the freezer at that. My god, you could have abandoned it not in the freezer. I hate people sometimes. This guy at Denver airport who kept slowing down in front of me and then speeding up when I tried to pass. Why, dude, why? Wait, I'm so confused. It's like road rage, except on foot at the airport. And this must have happened several times before you whipped your phone out. Like, how many times does someone have to cut you off on foot before you decide, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna whip my phone out and film this? Like, that would take, I don't know, the count for me would be at least 5 times before I actually have the decision, you know what, this is worth filming. It's like people who, you know, they're hanging out in the fast lane, and you're like, okay, you're not supposed to be in the left lane if you're not going more quickly, if you're just going with the flow of traffic. It's a passing lane. No one in LA knows this. But anyway, so you're like, you're not supposed to pass on the right, but you go over to the other lane, you try to get around them, and then all of a sudden they speed up. Why are you doing that? But doing it on foot is just something else. I'm just trying to walk. Like, where's the alpha male aggression coming from on literally just walking? Like, Jesus Christ, man. Is it making you insecure that I'm walking faster than you and you have to, like, block me? I don't get it. Tried to buy 2 $20 tickets. 2 adult tickets. $20 times 2. Tax, $1.28. Ah, yes. This amount makes sense as the final total, $73.58, including where? Oh, that came from fees, right? $7.65 times 2. $6 times 2, $5 processing fee. That's always good to have. I do really genuinely love the convenience fee that's added when it comes to buying tickets online. Like, what? You realize it's actually more convenient for you guys for me to get the ticket online versus having to go to a box office booth at the venue where you have to pay someone or multiple people an hourly wage to man that so that they can sell tickets. Instead, I'm just going on the internet where an automated system can dispense the ticket for me. You don't have to pay anyone an hourly wage. And they even charge me extra for a convenience fee. Why? If anything, I should be getting the discount because you don't have to pay someone an hourly wage for that. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's stupid. Whatever the ticket site is should take the cut out of the price of the ticket itself, not add fees on top of it. It's a whole bunch of garbo. Freaking hate it. The English language. Why English is so hard to learn? Because nothing makes sense about our grammar and spelling and all that. The bandage was wound around the wound. God dang it. The farm was cultivated to produce produce. Yeah. Hey, to be fair, there are other languages that have words that if you just change the accent, they can mean completely opposite things, and you can actually end up saying something like an insult to someone when you don't intend for it to be the case. So I don't think there are too many situations in English where you can accidentally offend someone with a word that can also, just with a different inflection, be used as a compliment. But I know, like in Japanese, there's like, I forget, it's like kawaii is cute, and it's kawaii is cute, and kawaii is scary, or something like that. They mean like very different things. And I forget what the actual inflections are, but that makes me scared. Like, I don't want to accidentally tell someone that they're scary instead of cute. They're kind of opposite enough to where you're going to get yourself into a bind. Like, oh, you look pretty scary. Wait, what? What are you talking? What do you mean I look scary? Put a lot of... No. I meant you look cute, obviously. Not scary. It's all about context. But yes, feel free to pause and read through all these. English is a pain. This box of beef jerky. This should be not legal. Well, this is, I assume it's not in the U.S. I'm going to assume that much, unless it's in could be in like a Chinese grocery. Is it Chinese? Sorry, I don't know for sure. Could be like a Chinese grocery store here, I suppose. But anywho, that's a nice little cheaty way to package something. Like, geez, man, leave the inside completely empty. Like, that's just garbage. That's some a-hole design right there, which I'm sure we'll be at later this week or something. These always go hand in hand. I've got the mildly infuriating and a-hole design kind of back to back generally. Just works out that way. Wait, no tea? Really? Twice? What the fork, no bag? That seems like a manufacturing problem right there. Isn't Taza like a pretty big tea brand? I doubt that's very common to have happen. It'd be like opening up your, I don't know, candy wrapper, and there's actually no candy in there. Like, all right, that's great. I bought this specifically because I wanted the candy. Why did I get this? There's nothing here. I too enjoy paper flavored tea. Really light, low calorie. It's very healthy for you. It's almost like water, but it's just got like a hint of sawdust to it, and it's quite a sophisticated taste. Honestly, only the most discerning of palates will be able to get it. Why she can't finish one set before buying another boggles my mind. I feel like we've all seen a shower like this at some point, and you're like, why do you need all that? There's a lot of stuff there. Is there actually a specific use for all those, or what? How did you accumulate this? What do I use? Which one of these is not gonna just burn the hair off my scalp and melt it to the floor? You don't have any Nair up there, do you? Just want to make sure. There's too much choice. How about just a shampoo, a soap, maybe a conditioner separate? Like, that's fine too, but anything more than that, just a little bit overkill, I think. When your 2-year-old cousin comes over and completely forks up your Newton's cradle. Yeah, that's probably a pretty common end to those things. Like, if you drop it too, isn't it just completely screwed? Are you gonna spend all that time untangling it? Probably not. Probably like a couple dollars on Amazon. You're like, you know what? Is it worth 10 minutes of my time to save this $2 thing? I mean, actually, maybe more than 10. Is it worth 20 minutes of my time to save this $2 thing? Is my time worth more than $6 an hour? Yeah, probably. I'll just grab a new one on Amazon. Cool. That's better. School has become pay to win. Homework pass if you buy a ticket to the friends dance. Must show ticket. Wait. So you can like, you don't have to do homework if you buy a ticket to go to a dance? I want to play devil's advocate here and say that maybe what's happening is if you go to the dance, it's expecting it's going to like take up a lot of your evening, and as such, you're not going to be forced to do your homework because it's like it's a school function. So because it's a school function, something else has got to give if you're going to be spending your evening doing this school thing. You don't have to do your homework. I want to believe that that's the reason. If you stay home and you don't go to the school thing, well, you can take that time and do the homework. So, you know, hasn't school always sort of been pay to win, though? Private schools for kids growing up. Most universities are quite expensive. I don't think school being pay to win is all that new of a concept. Let's be honest here. It's pretty pricey. So, yeah, I hate to inform you, it's always been that way. Hey, I'm new. Yesterday, this guy put ghost pepper popcorn in our industrial microwave at work for over 5 minutes. The office was filled with black smoke, burning people's eyes. No one could breathe. He basically maced the place. We were moved to the other end so we could keep working. Please do not use his microwave due to the ghost pepper popcorn incident. It'll be forever known as that for years. If you use this, it reactivates the oils from the peppers, and your eyes, throat, and food will burn. So, why don't you just throw out the microwave? It seems like you're just begging for it to happen again. It's a shame to have to write off a microwave, but you have another one on top of it. You can just not have to have that sign there, because someone's going to be like, I bet this is BS. This happened like a week ago. It'll be fine. And then they're going to do it again. Just get rid of the microwave. Bury the evidence. This lady kneeling on bread while she looks at other bread. What is this? I can't. I've seen a lot of things, both in life, on Reddit, in this particular sub. I've never seen someone who needs to use the product they're looking for as knee pads to find the product they're looking. Like, your back can't be that bad that you can't just like bend your neck down slightly to look at what the bread, like, are you, I can't comment on this because there is no justification. And then you left the bread. You left it. You're just like, oh, it's cool. Somebody else will pick up this squished bread that I had to squat on because I suck. No bread deserves this. Bread is delicious and should be treated with respect. And this should be a crime. My God. One of a seemingly endless series of unreasonable notes left by my boss. It's great here. Nobody is entitled to charge up any mobile phones or other electrical devices on these premises. It is theft of electricity, and you may find a deduction has been made from your pay. Phones should be switched off. You stole like a hundredth of a kilowatt hour from me. I'm gonna deduct 10 cents from your pay for this. Like, how would you actually even keep track of what that cost would be? It's gotta be so unbelievably cheap to charge a phone. Yeah, that'd be, if someone left that sign unironically out at a workplace, I'd be like, yeah, I know, no job is worth, it's not. I have to find another one. I'll take a pay cut as long as that pay cut's not going to you, you psycho. My God, please, I can't live like this. You cannot, you're not allowed to charge your phone at work. It's like, you know that people's phones do help their productivity at work. They use them to make phone calls and look up work-related things on the internet, but sure, electricity theft. Oh boy, part of the cost of doing business, actually, but sure thing. Employee happiness leads to higher productivity. Well, all right, on that note, let's wind it down there for the last month of Mildly Infuriating. I hope you've not enjoyed this video. Make sure to like if you didn't enjoy. Subscribe if you're not already. Get your Canadian merch at represent.com/Captain Sparkles for another 5 days or so. And that'll do it. I'll see you next time.